Hi, and welcome back to Mindful and Fit with me, Aylin Reese. It's been a minute since I've done a video. I have tried though. Part of my problem is my internet here is really slow with, I guess, everybody staying at home and watching Netflix. So even uploading the audio for like the ToxicBliss podcast, that's been a nightmare. So I'm 2 days behind on that because I started off to upload overnight because I figured none of us are on our computers, we're sleeping. But no, it seems to get to about 70% and then just dies. And so I have to restart it the next day. Trying to upload during the day when the kids are online, that's just not going to happen. So hopefully I'll get this video up somehow. We'll see what happens. But I wanted to talk about a lot of things. There's so much on my mind with this coronavirus pandemic and my weight loss journey and working out, and there's just a lot to go into. But one of the things that's really been on my mind is a lot of the excuses that we see in My 600-Pound Life. I can't stop watching this show. And there are so many excuses. Everything under the sun is used as a reason why these people can't lose weight or they don't stick to the diet and yada yada. Also, as a side note, there may be a lot of background noise. I have all the windows open today. The fans are on because I need a break from the air conditioning. I have a kind of a cold front. It's about 50 degrees out, so I figured get some fresh air. So you may hear some noise. I'll try to take care as much of it in post-production as I can, but it's going to happen. So let's just be real. Second, I do not have a full face of makeup on today. I just could not be bothered. It's like, why go through, an hours of foundation and primer and yada yada. So I put a little mascara on, a little eyeliner, a little lip stuff, a little pressed powder. Good to go. It's just going to have to do. Because, I just don't care. It's a miracle I have clothes on and not my pajamas. So, points for that. But My 600-Pound Life, let's talk about excuses. Right now is like an opportune time for excuses, okay? Well, I can't go to the gym. I have to stay home. There was no healthy food at the grocery store. I had to eat ramen noodles and mac and cheese and stuff. I had to have donuts. That's all they had. Nah, come on. Don't do that. Please don't do that. I know it's hard. I know it is. Believe me. Last week, was it Friday? Maybe Friday or Saturday, I'm not sure. I gave in to my cravings because I was just like, I am bored. I am going out of my mind. I want to go outside. I want to do something. I know I'm going to have my cheat meal. Now, mind you, I haven't had a cheat meal since January, so it's been a long time. And I thought about it several times. The last month or two has been a lot of cravings and stuff with my menstrual cycle all messed up and things. But I fought through it. I said, no, I'm not going to do it. But I was like, you know what? The world's going to end. Why not have a cheat meal? So I did. All right, I had a cheeseburger from Burger King. I also got a chicken sandwich, which I only had a couple bites of because it was actually pretty disgusting. But I had onion rings. All the food in the world and what I want are Burger King onion rings. Really? I don't get my own psychology sometimes, but that's what I wanted, so that's what I had. I was not able to eat the whole cheeseburger, the whole order of onion rings, and the chicken sandwich. I just could not do it. I don't know, maybe my stomach is shrinking, or I just can't do that stuff anymore. But I enjoyed what I did have of it, and I said, all right, great. Now what? Go back to the grind, So the next day I was right back on keto. I'm not even sure I came out of ketosis completely because I was right back in it within 48 hours. So that's not bad. The scale went up just a little bit, like 2 pounds, came right back off within 2 days. So I'm like, okay, good. Now it's still going down again. So I'm currently 293, which is not great. But the scale stuck at 295, 294 for like 5 weeks. That was really annoying because I was not cheating. I was still working out. I was doing all the right things. It just would not budge. But I'm attributing most of that to the amenorrhea and the menstrual cycle issues that I've had because that's been kind of rough. And I think once all of this settles down, I will probably go see my OBGYN and figure out what to do about that because that's a problem. But anyway, we're on the way back down. Everything's fine. I had my cheat meal and I got right back on the wagon. So it didn't turn into a week-long excuse of, well, I'm stuck inside. It's pandemic. I'm going to eat whatever I want. Nope, didn't do that. So I'm very proud of that, for what it's worth. Was Burger King onion rings really worth it? I don't know. Probably not, but I enjoyed it. So there you go. Now, My 600-pound life, however, they use every excuse under the book, even when there isn't a pandemic. So I wanted to go over the top 10 excuses that we hear on this show and why they're wrong. So please don't use them. All right, and I have my list over here. I've been thinking about this for a couple days. The first, number 10, I don't know. All right, when they go back to Dr. Now's office and he's like, "You only lost 7 pounds this month. Why?" I'm like, "I don't know. I stuck to the diet. I don't know. I did everything right." Baloney. That's absolute baloney. You know what you're putting in your face. You know if McDonald's takeout is healthy or not. Of course you know, but maybe you don't want to know. It's possible that there are some adults who don't understand what food is good and what's bad. Maybe, but he does give them a list of what to eat and what to avoid. Read the list and you do know. So let's not use that excuse. I think most of us are beyond that level of crazy, but all right, so we do know. I know that eating my onion rings was not good for me, but I did it consciously and with forethought, and I planned for it, and all right, it's okay. But I'm not going to sit here and say, I don't know why, because the scale went up 2 pounds because I ate onion rings. Pretty simple. Number 9, I lost the papers 4 times. This episode, Paul and I laughed about this pretty hard. This poor girl, she goes to Dr. Now's office and he gives her the diet plan and she goes home and then she says, oh, well, she left them in the hotel. So she just had to kind of guess at what the diet might be, and she didn't lose much weight. And so she said, well, I lost the papers, but I didn't want to call you and tell you because I thought you'd be mad at me. So he gives her the papers again. She loses them 3 more times, or at least says she does. So her excuse was, I lost the diet plan. I didn't know what to do. Guess these people have never heard of the interwebs. So let's not use that excuse either of, I don't know what the diet is, because you just Google and you can find 10 billion diet plans. Pick one and go with it. Or do a little more research on what are healthy foods? What foods should I avoid? Whether you're doing keto or calorie restriction, or whatever kind of diet you're doing, you can find guidance and information online. There's no excuse for that sort of willful ignorance. So that's what, that excuse kind of made me laugh pretty hard. Yeah, so anyway, moving on. Number 8, other people. Now, this is an interesting one because a lot of people will blame their lack of weight loss on the people around them. Now, in very rare circumstances, I can see where that could kind of be a thing. If you're bedbound, right, you can't get up and go anywhere, and you rely on other people to feed you all day, you eat what they bring you. Right? And what if they refuse to cook you healthy foods? I don't really see that happening. However, what we see in most of those cases are the people who are bedbound demanding pizza or throwing temper tantrums because they don't get their fried chicken or whatever. So they blame other people, but it's really not the other person's fault. Unless somebody is tying you down and stuffing donuts in your face, it's probably your own fault, right? So that's another issue. The episode that aired night before last, the woman was trying to diet and she's living with her mother, and her mother's still eating fast food and takeout and all kinds of garbage stuff and hiding candy all over the house. And on one hand she's saying, I don't know how I'm expected to do this when my mother's eating fast food. I'm like, don't put the fast food in your mouth. That's how you do it. You just don't eat it. Now, yeah, that's what I believe. But at the same time, I know how hard that is. If my husband walked in with some takeout food, we'd probably fight. Either I'd fight him to get it away from him and eat it myself, or we'd fight because how dare you bring that in my presence. But that's because we've had that discussion when he knows certain things are triggers for me. I can't even see them. Like, what is that place? Long John Silver's. I cannot stand their fish. It's oily, disgusting garbage. But they have these hush puppies that are really good. I love hush puppies. And they always come with all the meals you get. And he likes to get that for takeout. I don't know why, but he likes it. But if he comes in the house and there's hush puppies in the box, we're going to throw down. And I'll probably end up getting them because I'm bigger than he is, so I'll win. So we have those discussions. Don't bring that around me because I can't handle it. But at the same time, I say you're not allowed to eat it. Just eat it where I don't have to look at it. Go get it in the car and sit in the car and eat it. Whatever. So I kind of get the frustration of having people around you who are not supporting what you're doing on your diet. But you can't blame them for what you put in your own face. So there's another excuse shot down. Along that line, that episode, this was a really great Dr. Now moment. She said, well, I'm trying to eat vegetables, but I'm a really picky eater. And he goes, you can't be 600 pounds and be a picky eater. I was like, oh, burn. That was good. Sometimes Dr. Now has these zingers that are really funny. That was a good moment. So, number 7, the scale is broken. So many people, how many times have they said that? They get on the scale in Dr. Now's office and say, well, that can't be right. That scale must be broken. I know I lost weight. Guess what? The scale's not broken. It's just not. My scale was broken last week because when I got on it, it said I lost 14 pounds overnight. Now I'm thinking, that'd be nice. But there's just no way. There's no way that that's accurate. You don't lose 14 pounds overnight unless you have like a limb cut off or something, which I didn't. So I'm like, all right, I'd really like to go with that number and run with it, but I know it's not accurate. So my husband took a 10-pound, one of my hand weights, and put it on the scale to calibrate it, and it said that weighed 2.4 pounds. We're like, well, all right, there's something wrong with the scale. And then the next day I got on it and I had lost like 5 more pounds, right? Which obviously wasn't right. And then so I cleared it out, I tried it again. Then it said I weighed 2.4 pounds total. Yeah, 2.4. I'm like, I definitely don't weigh 2 pounds, And my cat got on it and he weighed 75 pounds. So, and this is the kitten, Jack, the little guy. He doesn't weigh 75 pounds, so it's all right. But we got some new batteries and hey, guess what? The scale works again and it's accurate. So the scale is not broken, at least not in the direction they're saying it is. So, we see that a lot. So don't go by just the numbers on the scale, but if they go the wrong way, don't say the scale's broken. Say, what did I do wrong? All right. Did I have takeout food? Did I have too much sodium stuff? Did I have deep fried garbage? There's something that went wrong. Figure out what it is and fix it. That's all. So moving on. Number 6, I couldn't exercise. Now, this one, it bothers me a little bit because when you're 600 pounds, right, you don't need to exercise to lose weight. You really don't. Even at my weight, at 293, I don't need to exercise to lose weight. I need to exercise to build muscle and to get fit, right? There's a difference. Exercise can help you lose weight because you're burning calories. My lights are flickering. What is going on? Dude, stop it. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so yeah, I don't need to exercise to lose weight, but it certainly helps. And I certainly want to improve my fitness. So exercise is very important. Certainly cardio exercise, my least favorite of all things in the world. But you're building your cardio health. You're strengthening your pulmonary system. You're strengthening your cardiovascular system. You need that. It's kind of important. Right? So exercise is a big deal. But a lot of people on the show will say, well, I only lost 10 pounds in 2 months because I can't exercise. I can't get up and walk around. And now my camera's fuzzy. There we go. All right. Maybe I should stop moving around. So, and he doesn't buy that excuse at all. Well, I don't have a gym. I couldn't go anywhere to work out. He's like, can you not walk back and forth to the kitchen? You probably do that often enough, There's always something you can do. Get up and walk, even if you walk out to the mailbox and back. You saw me walking up and down the walkway outside of my apartment because the gym is closed, because that's got stairs and that's actually really good. So there's always something you can do. So don't use the fact that you can't exercise as an excuse for not losing weight, because you can lose weight without exercise. And when you can exercise, do it, because it's the best thing you can do for your body as a whole. You have to approach this journey as a holistic experience. You can't just lose fat. You have to build muscle, tone, build fitness. It's really important. So I don't like that exercise either. Although some people genuinely can't exercise. They can't get out of bed. But they can sit there and use hand weights in bed. We've seen it in episodes where they do that. There's always something you can do to get your heart rate up a little, builds a little muscle, do something. All right, and I'm back. Sorry, I had to run to the bathroom there in the middle of recording, of course. Where was I? Number 5. Where's number 5? Doing my own diet. I've heard this excuse a couple times on the show, and it's just ridiculous. Because he gives them a diet plan. There's a reason he puts them on a low-carb, high-protein diet. But they don't trust him. They don't believe it. They don't like it. They don't want to do it. So they think they know better, right? And they don't, because they come back and they haven't lost weight, or they've even gained weight. And they say, well, I know what I'm doing. Really? Clearly it doesn't look that way to me, but whatever, and we just have to make sure that we don't do that to ourselves. Don't think you know better. All right? If you've been trying your diets for your whole life and you're still very overweight, chances are maybe you don't know better. That's kind of a bitter pill to swallow, but you know what? Trust the experts, do your research, and let's try not to use that excuse, because certainly in the modern age with the internet at our disposal, there's no reason to go at this with guesswork. Right? Look things up and do your research, and you'll figure out what works for you. Whether it's keto or something else, or low carb or whatever, there's something out there that will work for you. So let's research. Number 4. I had to eat fast food because of the move, or we're in a hotel and I don't have a kitchen, or some reason where logistically all they could get was takeout. And all right, but did you have to order the whole pizza? Most restaurants have salads and healthy things, grilled fish, or you can usually find something on a menu, even in fast food places, that's not going to destroy your diet. It's not going to be good for you. It's not the most healthy thing you could eat in the world, but it's certainly better than a Big Mac, a 20-piece nugget, a couple cheeseburgers, and a large fry, and washing it down with a milkshake, which we see in this show a lot. Yeah. So being busy, being on the run, not having access to a kitchen, that's not an excuse. All right? It's not a valid excuse. So that's something that we can all do. Even when I'm planning like a day out, which I haven't done in weeks, thanks coronavirus, I bring snacks with me. I have a bag with some almonds or some pepperoni, or you buy those little protein pack snacks that I've showed you before. There's no excuse. I don't have to go out and eat McDonald's because I'm on the run. So let's not use that one either. Number 3, stress and emotional issues. My dog died, so I had to eat pizza for a week. Sometimes there are very significant traumatic events that happen in the show. Someone's parent died. And certainly when you're dealing with a loss like that, you're not really concerned about dieting. I get that. I don't consider that a valid excuse, but I certainly understand it, and I've been there. And yeah, when something really traumatic happens, you don't care. You don't care. And especially when you're the type of person like we see in this show who uses food as an emotional coping mechanism, yeah, you're probably not going to lose weight when going through an event like that, unless you have a significant support system and possibly a therapist to help you navigate through it so you don't turn to food to deal with your emotions. But the people that we see on the show, they're not really in that place yet, to be able to confront it and be like, I need food for fuel. That's it, not emotional, therapy. So I'm going to still eat right and deal with my emotions in a more appropriate way. So I get that excuse. I've been there. I felt it. I've done it. But at the same time, when your life is on the line, that's not a good excuse. So that's something that all of us can really look at. How often do we use emotional or stress reasons to overeat? Probably a lot of the time. So it's something to think about, something to keep in the back of your mind. But remember, it's not a valid excuse for gaining weight. So moving on. Number 2. This one, we hear this almost every episode. In the most recent episode, the girl goes back to Dr. Now, and she's only lost, 12 pounds over 2 months. And he's like, what are you doing? And she goes, well, I'm not drinking enough water. I switched to Diet Coke. I admit it. And he's like, there's no calories in Diet Coke. That's not going to make you not lose weight. Sure, it's not healthy for you, but it's not a factor in your weight loss or lack thereof. And she said, oh, well, maybe we went out to dinner once. He's like, well, maybe there was a lot of sodium in that meal, but still, that's not that impactful, on your weight loss or prevent you from losing 50 pounds when, over 2 months, you should have lost at least 50 and you only lost 12. And so then her thing is, of course, well, sodium, I had too much sodium. Yeah, I'm going to cut sodium out of my diet. And he's like, can you just stop eating so much? But no, water weight gain is one of the biggest excuses we hear, even from the very intelligent people on the show. Yeah, she said that, or he said that. One woman was in the hospital, and she was actually hospitalized on a restricted diet, and she still didn't lose weight because her boyfriend was sneaking her in food the whole time. And when he confronts her, she's like, it's just water weight. It's just water weight. I can't help the water weight. Look at my feet are swollen. And he's like, yeah, no. And her boyfriend's like, she's very intelligent. She knows these things. I'm like, oh, just please stop talking. Please just stop talking. It's not going to end well for you. But yeah, water weight gain. No, water weight gain is a couple of pounds. All right. Or like if I have a really big carb cheat, like bigger than my little onion rings the other day, it can go up 10 pounds overnight, and that is just water, but that will also come off with just a few days of being back on plan. So that is not a legitimate excuse for not losing weight. If it is, maybe you have some really big medical issues and should probably see a doctor. So water weight is not our excuse. And that brings us to the number one excuse on my 600-pound life for not losing weight. That damn Carol Baskin. It's her. It's her fault. So there you go. Remember that if you go to the doctor and you haven't lost weight, it's that damn Carol Baskin. All right? That's probably the most legitimate excuse ever. And it can cover everyone on the show, everywhere, at all times. And that kid upstairs, I think he's bowling. It's really what it sounds like. He must be bowling right above my bedroom, because why not? We got a bowl. Anyway, those are my top 10 excuses from my 600-pound life that I find completely ridiculous and outrageous. And yeah, I've used a lot of them before, but it's time to stop that now. So make a pact with me. Anything on that list, aside from number one, you're free to use anytime. But aside from that, let's not use those excuses and let's stay focused. My biggest takeaway from this quarantine and my weight loss journey is understanding that it's important not to stop caring. All right? You need to care. You need to care enough to get up and take a shower every day and put some clean clothes on. I say this having worn pajamas all week, but I'm wearing clean pajamas every day. So there's that. But care enough to still get up and get dressed and move around and do some exercise. I know it's hard. It's very hard for me. I am not motivated to get up and put my workout clothes on and go work out in the living room because, who does that? I don't like it. I do not like it at all. But I'm doing it. All right. And if I can do it, anyone can. Believe me. So don't stop caring. All right. This will end. Maybe not by Easter, as some people suggest. This is not going to end for months, all right? Yes, we can slow the curve with social distancing and staying home, but that's not going to end this, all right? So be prepared, but don't stop caring, because when it does end and life gets somewhat back to normal, whatever the new normal is going to be, you're going to be glad that you cared. All right? You don't want to come out of this quarantine and suddenly be calling Dr. Now's office because, hey, I'm 600 pounds now, help. No, we don't want to do that. All right, so if I come out of this having lost some weight and still maintaining most of my workouts as much as I can, I'll be very, very happy. All right, so let's do it together. Stay focused, stay motivated. We got this. And a special shout out to my friend Jess. Hi, Jess. I miss you. I'm not wearing much makeup today because whatever. But one thing I did put on is this lip gloss here. This is Too Faced. Some just sparkly pink lip gloss. It's very sheer, very pretty. But it was sent to me by Jess Nelson. And it's one of the favorite things. She sent me a box of cosmetic stuff. And I have been playing with it. And it's so much fun. And I love this. It smells like, what does it smell like? really like a buttery cotton candy. It is the most delicious smell I've ever had in a lip gloss, and I love it. So thank you, Jess. I'm thinking about you. Please stay healthy and get well. And that's it, everyone. So I will do another video as soon as I can. Maybe another exercise video as soon as it stops raining. It's been raining for a week, which is also not improving my mood at all. So I need to go outside and get some sunshine as soon as the rain stops. Maybe we'll do some more exercises outside. We'll see. Outside my door, not far, because you don't know who's got this germs. So it's a good time to be a germaphobe. I'm with Howie Mandel. Let's do it. So please take care. Don't forget to reach out to me. We still have the Discord server where you can talk about recipes or motivation or just connect with people who are also struggling through this. And let's do it together. You're not alone in this, all right? So I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.